Well, today is the first day of Lent. Yesterday was Shrove Tuesday, and no doubt many pancakes were consumed up and down the country. And today we get into the season of Lent, which is not really a season that is observed in the Reformed Church to a great degree. Although you do see a lot of people talking about Lent now in evangelical churches. But in the wider world, people do talk about Lent too. They talk about giving up things for Lent. Maybe it's chocolate, maybe it's sweets or cigarettes. Maybe it's some bad habit or something like that. And you also get people talking about taking on things for Lent as well. But why do people give up things for Lent? Well, originally, people gave up things for Lent because they looked at the sacrifice of Jesus and thought that it was a way of reflecting and perhaps journeying and discipling themselves during this period of Lent. And also some people might choose to go to a Lent Bible study during this period of time. But in many ways, it does seem like the sacrifice of chocolate or the sacrifice of cigarettes. It doesn't really compare to the sacrifice of the Lord Jesus Christ on the cross. If we think about it in that way, our sacrifices are worth nothing compared to the sacrifice of death for us, to all who believe. But there is some truth, though, in taking up something. I read on the internet and people talking about giving up things for Lent. They said because of lockdown, they haven't got anything more to give up. And maybe some people do feel like that. And I remarked to somebody earlier, it just feels that we're in survival mode at this time, in this dark January, and there's not much hope ahead. Yet I do believe in what I mentioned earlier. There may be some truth in taking up things for Lent. Perhaps we have nothing to give up now, but maybe taking up something for Lent is not a bad idea. What could that be? Well, it could be something of a more spiritual nature. Maybe taking time to read the scriptures, maybe taking time to be in prayer. It could be practical too. We might decide each day of Lent to phone somebody, particularly maybe somebody who is vulnerable or on their own. And that's something worth doing as well. Maybe it's taking up a new hobby. Maybe it's seeing how we can serve differently in the church. Maybe it's even reviewing our finances in the church. Maybe that is more of a sacrifice to take something on than to give it up. But in this time of Lent, whether you observe it or not, I'm not somebody who really holds to the festivals of the church year. But in this time of Lent, if it helps you, maybe it is time to take something up, to think about how we can help others, to think about how we can help ourselves, to maybe think about how we can improve our relationship and journey with God, or indeed our knowledge of God. And if these are things that you are considering, please do get in touch and I may be able to help you. But as we get into this season of Lent, I do pray, as it was in the early church of those who devised Lent, that it would be a time of seeking God. And the psalmist says, if you seek with all your heart, then you will find. And I do pray that we may be able to seek God and he will make himself known to us and we will find him. May God bless you.